Welcome to the Foul Out Podcast. Today we got a few people on the cam. We got Ian on the cam, Willie on the cam, my brother Arkeem, and myself. And we got a few things on the docket today. Jimmy Kimmel and free speech, what it means. They got David being a suspect in some ongoing situations. Kamala Harris's future and our predictions on that, as well as a hypothetical question. So let's just go ahead and jump into Jimmy Kimmel. His show was canceled due to pressures from the FCC head chairman. And that's why people are saying that Trump is the reason that he was canceled. But he just got back on air last night. Disney reinstated his show and is really called into, the forefront of free speech in America. And I really want to get y'all's thoughts on that.
Got,
What?
Let
Yeah,
Ian
you
go
can
first.
go ahead, Ian.
no, I was just saying, I just want to speak on it real quick because I may have to hop off soon. But number one, it's important to note that there are people trying to make it political left or right. It's not a political left or right issue. It's a constitutional issue. It's not, if he was being bad at his job, wasn't pulling in ratings, wasn't making money for the company, and they wanted to fire him for that, they are well within their rights, and I would support that. My issue is, it's obvious that from the top down, from a government perspective, you have the president using his administration and his power to veto certain financial moves that these companies want to make in order to silence opposition at these companies that need to do certain things that only he and his people can allow. Keep in mind, Fox News was held liable for uh, spreading false information about the previous election between Biden and Trump, and they were found liable for hundreds of millions of dollars. And at no point did anybody ever try to uh, take away their license here for broadcast or cancel their shows. This is purely a political maneuver, and that's the problem. It's okay to fire people for bad performance or for wrong behavior, but it's not okay to fire people because they said something you don't like within the bounds of their contract. That's all I want to say.
Okay. Willie, you got something to say?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go crazy.
Well, I think that everything that Ian was saying was very much true. I think uh, a lot of the stuff that was put out there was that it was in retaliation to what Jimmy Kimmel said about uh, the late Charlie Kirk. And I find it very ironic because Charlie Kirk's whole thing was that you have free speech, you can say whatever, right? But it is very concerning when the government begins to interfere with media in a sense of controlling it, controlling how it's disseminated, controlling how it is said. And I'm gonna be honest with you, went back and listened to what Jimmy Kimmel said. It wasn't anything out of pocket. It wasn't anything out of bounds. It's like if you're gonna get somebody for that, then really nobody can say anything. If that's the case, if that's the type of method that we're taking, I mean, he didn't say anything disrespectful. He just said, I think people are using, his death as a way to capitalize. And I don't, hear whether that's true or not, who knows? But if you just take the way he said it and what it was said, you would not think that would result in somebody losing their job, right? So I definitely think that for the FCC to be involved, and so this is the thing too, right? This whole thing was about lessening the government's impact, right? Small government. But as you can see, the government has began to overreach like they've never done before. And so I just find this all very ironic and very interesting. And I want our team to let off, so I'm just really excited for
No,
this
Ian
part.
sounded like he looked like he had something else to say.
I got nothing else to say except to co-sign what Willie is talking about. The comments said by Jimmy Kimmel were not defamatory in any way. He even said, like, it's never good for a person to lose their life, even if I disagree, and I will never make light of a man's death. He said that days prior to the events that he was canceled for. So if he can't denounce that, but then just make fun of Trump within the same realm, then like how they're really co-opting the death of this man, unfortunately, to then just use it to attack people who say something slightly out of pocket in their point of view. Anyway, I'm sorry. Arkeem, you do your thing, man.
Like, you got something to say?
Yeah, I do. So I guess the way I look at it is, free speech is a right in America. That's a given, right?
Hmm.
But some of the pushback that I've heard from the other side is you have a right to free speech, but you don't have a right to a show on ABC's network
Hmm.
to use that free speech, and to me that's like to me that's just a workaround for it. Because if it was somebody that was on their side of the political spectrum, they would just say no, he has a right to free speech. It wouldn't be any nuance to it. So, um, so yeah, I think I agree with what Willie said. I don't even think what he said was like, when I saw the video, I was waiting for the disrespectful comment. You know, I did think that when he said there was a bit of grieving, he said people were grieving on the side or something like that. I did think that was a bit distasteful, but nothing like too crazy.
Before
Um,
before
but
our
yeah,
king
go
before
ahead.
our king go out, I'm gonna say this just to bring in like full circle what I'm getting at. Like, dude, people make 9/11 jokes all the time. 9/11 had 3,000 people die in 2001. People make those jokes all the time. And in some cases, I think 9/11 has taken a background in the celebration of it in recent years. And nobody says a word. Nobody says, people make JFK jokes all the time about, oh, you drive around with your top down, like all the time. And he was the president. And I didn't want to go here, but I do think some of this is ins. Do you know it was 90,000 people at his memorial in Arizona? 90,000 just in a stadium. Like,
It's crazy how
it's
many
it's
people were there.
it's dude. And
Yeah,
I'm not even
you're
trying to be
right.
disrespectful. It is
That's
insane.
because his death became political, and the
Yeah.
Republican Party and Donald Trump is behaving like a despot, autocrat, tyrant, dictator, and I think that he really needs to chill out because um, you did all that and then you show up behind a bulletproof glass, so you ain't that bad, you know. Um, and
Did
Trump,
y'all catch? Oh, you got
nah, I
anything
ain't
else? Okay,
done.
my bad.
Nah, I'm trying to choose my words carefully because I ain't trying to get the pod shut down. Because they
We
coming.
want to have another one.
Yeah, we want to have an episode 35. Okay, so Trump, I don't hate him like everybody else do. I know he's doing what he need to do, but the Republicans are reaching. The Republicans' whole thing is small government, keep the government out of things. The government is reaching over into media back and forth. This is like if the government jumped into a rap battle. If Donald Trump jumped in a rap battle or something. That's what this looks like, bro. And he's getting to the point where it's like free speech for me, but not free speech for thee. That's where this shit is going. And if you let it get too far, it's a slippery slope. When the Democrats get back in office, they're gonna want to respond. They're gonna want to respond to this too. So this is something you don't want to get into because if anybody's loose at the mouth, it's a Republican, not a Democrat. So, this is the long game. This is the long game. This ain't short game. It's long game. The first one in them comments, you see anything dealing with any black person doing anything positive, you gonna see Bubba Chuck in the comments, nigga, all the time. That's what he can't wait to do. So,
Yeah,
I wouldn't be dancing around too much because Democrats hold office a lot longer than Republicans when you look at it across the board. So tread lightly. They like the fact that people getting put out of school right now. They like the people that business are getting shut down because it's doing it to other people. But it's gonna turn back on you, and it's gonna turn back harder. That's why the forefathers wanted to keep all this stuff out of it because now people gonna start trying to return fire on each other. It's gonna cause mayhem. But go ahead.
yeah. I think I think to sum it all up, you can quote something that I heard recently. I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. And that's what we need to get back to in America is the fact that it's healthy to hear something that you don't like. It's healthy to hear something that's opposite your idea. That's why me personally, I get on Fox News and I watch just to see what they say. Even if I find some of it ignorant, even if I find some of it um like misinformation just blatantly, I still watch, you know. But I do want to share y'all. Did y'all get a chance to see some of Jimmy Kimmel's clips from last night
No.
on
No.
his return
Uh-uh.
show? I
I
got a
have not.
few of them to show. Here we go.
Bigley. He might have to release the Epstein files to distract us from this now. He did his jobs. Our leader celebrates Americans losing their livelihoods because he can't take a joke. He wants jobs.
He had no ratings.
Well, I do tonight. Forgave the man who shot her husband. She forgave him. That is an example we should follow. If you believe in the teachings of Jesus as I do, there it was. Erica Kirk forgave.
Wait, you can't pop shit then cry in the car.
No, he was he was showing respect to Erica Kirk, man.
Hey, I
Yeah.
saw the same thing he saw. I don't know if that was the most sincere thing. He said to all the like I
Hey,
said
look.
on episode 35.
It might have trying to foul out. Look, the craziest thing about I saw, like this speaking on the situation, some of the stuff that I saw was crazy was that the state of Oklahoma, which I'm hoping this is a joke, but I don't think it will. I've saw it multiple times, was trying to get, something signed to have a statue of Charlie Kirk at every public university. And I'm just so bewildered by all of this. Like he's not even from Oklahoma. All right, he's from Illinois.
He didn't even. He's not. Even, he didn't even go to college.
No, but why are we
What does that
using
even mean?
taxpayers' money to build statues for people
Who
who
never?
one
Yeah,
have
never
no
held
connection
office.
to this state, and two, like why? Like again, this whole thing has been about like this whole administration is just very interesting. This the constant back and forth, back and forth.
Because Willie is political theater. The moment they say, "Well, we want to put up these trophies to honor a fallen American," and then as soon as like a Democrat be like, "I don't think that's a good idea," what they'll do is they'll say, "You see, they don't want to honor the fact that this man lost his life. They don't care about him, so therefore they're fighting us on this easy win." It's all just like
Like you're right.
it's
Well,
chicken shit.
It's
You
George
know what I mean?
Floyd
theater.
got one, right?
No,
George Floyd does have a statue somewhere, right?
I don't know. Look, I was talking about the political theater, like the
Oh
fact
yeah,
that
put one at the Utah University he got shot at. I'll be
yeah,
there for it.
like why didn't if that's the case, right? How come they okay, so like the political theater, right? Not to veer too out the point. He took Obama's presidential portrait, President
Yes,
Bush presidential portrait,
Willie, a
and moved it.
700-pound bronze statue of George Floyd by artist Stanley Watts was unveiled in Newark, New Jersey, June 2021. Yeah, I heard
Right.
that one.
Okay.
An
Oh,
artist
so
did
his
that.
hometown. I
But
got you.
an artist did that, right? It didn't go
That's
to
not tax money.
it didn't go to legislation that they put in legislation to the Oklahoma legislature that we need to build a statue of Charlie Kirk at every public university in Oklahoma.
Is he from Oklahoma?
He's not from Oklahoma. He's from Illinois.
Oh well, yeah, that
That's
makes sense.
crazy. That's what I'm
And then they
saying.
put it in his hometown, Houston, Texas. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying. But see, that was what an artist did. That wasn't. It wasn't like somebody said, "Hey, y'all,
Well,
we
they
gonna
put it
make this."
they put it in the Houston National Park in Houston. So it had to be
It's
some
just,
type of.
it's
It
just the
had to be
theater of it
something.
that I found just so crazy. That's it. Like they didn't build a statue for those 60 something people that died in that plane crash in Washington D.C. right in the Potomac, right in front of the White House. They didn't build them a statue, did they?
You right.
But to be fair, just to play both sides, we do have like memorials for like 9/11 and things like that. Like, should there also be a memorial for that? Like not senator. What was she? A representative from Minnesota.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
girl
Her and her
shot
husband
her
got
and her
killed.
husband got shot.
if the state
Yeah,
of
should they
Minnesota,
get one too? Yeah.
yeah, they should. I mean, if the state of Minnesota wants to do that, that's great. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I just don't know.
Why would
Like,
you make a memorial where he got shot at? That's kind of like,
why did?
hey yo, he
That might have
got
been a bad
shot
idea.
right here.
But it's been a lot of crazy, man.
That's
Like
crazy.
I don't even
But
want to. I'm not
but
even trying to
look,
rip. Which I'm sorry, Anthony. What you
I
say?
would I would like to offer some pushback to that. So it's like we understand that like some things are cultural, some things are it's nuance. Like the senator or representative who was killed, she didn't
Mm-hmm.
mean the same thing to the American people or some American people that Charlie Kirk did.
Yeah,
And it's
Yeah.
just different in that way. Like,
They also didn't lower
um,
the flag half mast for her
Martin
either.
Luther King, he spoke to a range of people. So did Malcolm X, but Malcolm X doesn't have a day. So it's really just about it's different. Like every person that's killed is not is not memorialized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, and like you just said, I agree with that. Um, that lady, I forgot her name, the Minnesota representative. Yeah, she
Mm-hmm.
didn't get on the internet and say stuff like, "Hey, shout out to
Yeah,
Charlie
appreciate you
Kirk.
for joining, man.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk. I really, we'll die and fight to the death to allow you to say what you say, even if we disagree with it. And I am a
That's
Republican."
facts.
I'd
That's
love to see.
facts.
All right. Peace, y'all.
All right,
Peace, man.
DJ gonna
What's
holler
that,
at you.
Anthony?
Appreciate you for joining. But yeah, I mean, if there's no more thoughts on that topic, we could wrap.
Yeah, go to the
Yeah.
next
I
one.
mean, and
Free
go to
speech
the
is
next one.
key. Free speech is key, and even if you don't agree with it, look at what it was. I just go back to the civil rights movement. Look at what was said back then, and
He
people
said they go-
and people just they dealt with it. So freedom ain't free, baby. Freedom is not free.
I'm just like, bro, we should have deleted it if we was gonna do that. That's why I
I
ain't say
didn't rap
nothing.
on him. Okay. What you got? What's the next one on the topic?
Okay, moving on to the next part. This is actually your segment. I came with the guy David. You want to give us the backstory on it and some of the recent developments?
So, David is a 20-year-old artist from Houston, Texas. He got popular with his song. It's called "Romantic Homicide." He dropped it on the girl Celeste's birthday, September 9th or 7th, one of them. Long story short, Celeste, a 15-year-old girl who was allegedly dating him, was found chopped up in the frunk of a Tesla, a few yards away from David's home that he was living in Los Angeles, California. They had matching tattoos, the SHHH, on their fingers. And he's under investigation. He stopped his tour. He stopped selling his bloody shirts. He was also an artist that was he liked a lot of the gore. So a lot of his songs were about um, unaliving and just gory, erotic things. And yeah, so right now he's under investigation. He has not been taken in. The most recent news about it is the police have checked all cameras for every hour, seeing everybody go in and out of the house. They have not seen anything and believe she was unalived in the house, transported into the car in a plastic bag, trash bag, and then the car was moved off the premises, is what the police believe, but they still don't have a prime suspect. And we can start. What you think, Willie?
Guilty.
Well, hey, you muted. Guilty.
Yeah, man. I mean,
But he's not okay. When have you ever seen like this? Is my only thing. Charleston White often just says stuff. I ain't gonna lie, he just be saying stuff. But he kind of got a point. A black dude in L.A. with a dead body found in a car registered to him, and they not even holding him. Like it's guilty until proven innocent. We all know that.
innocent until proven guilty.
No, it's guilty until proven innocent, dude. Cut it out.
Hey, look, this is so crazy. This is why he ain't been arrested, right? This is what I think. This is from my desk. Foul about to foul out. I'm not about to foul out, but this is so crazy. You got everything else that's going on in the world that we've been talking about for months. This is so uniquely insane. I honestly don't think them boys know what to do. Like this gonna be a documentary, right? We need to get on this because it's gonna be a documentary coming out. This is so crazy. Like from the beginning to the end. The fact that she was like 12 when they started talking or whatever. And how old is she now? 17? 15?
She's 15.
Yeah,
She's
like bro,
15. She would have just turned 15 in September, dude.
right. They got matching tattoos. She's found chopped up in his car. Like, bro, this is like something that you would hear these cases, don 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 don. It's like a Law and Order Special Victims Unit type of like. This is so crazy. I do think this. I think they're going to be gathering information. I do think something's going to have to come out because this is so crazy. But right now, I think this is so out of pocket that they hadn't had a chance to really just get at them. Because, dude, honestly, when have y'all ever heard like? And David's not that big. Like he's big, but he's not like colossal.
Nobody
but even
knew who
then,
he was before this day.
I knew him from several songs, especially the one that he did with Invincible. It was like a pretty big hit. But and the song you think is a super big hit, but you would never think like this would happen, even with the most dirty down of rappers, right? Like even with the they shoot each other and that happens, right? Like Takeoff, R.I.P. King Von, R.I.P. But like this dude's like on some type stuff, and then she's chopped up. Like this whole story is just
Dude, at best,
insane.
and we got to clip that because you got to say PDF file. At best, this guy is in this situation, at best, he is a PDF file
Weirdo.
Yeah.
At best.
At
At your best.
At worst, he a
He's
PDF
both.
file murderer.
Right.
Dismembered. Yeah.
A 15-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Deranged freak.
Deranged coon freak.
Like all that, even the merch, like the bloody shirts and the merch and all that, that's just so crazy. Given everything that has happened, this dude is a borderline psychopath, serial killer, freako. Serial chiller, freako, PDF file. Like he's like at worst, he went from making music to like possibly being in jail for the rest of his life because of how crazy this is.
You 17 years old.
I just don't think this could be. Do you think that this could be his first time doing something like this? Like this is so crazy.
Well, no,
you would almost want to see like
girls.
Yeah,
maybe other girls that were young.
Really?
Yeah, but he just didn't, off them because it's a guy like it's a white guy on YouTube. He got a video. I mean, on TikTok, he got a video exposing David, but it was for like a little white girl. But he didn't. Of course, he didn't chop her up.
This definitely doesn't give. I've done this one time. This is like somebody who has like a system. Like, you know how they did like the R. Kelly thing and it compounded into like, oh yeah, he got like a whole harem of girls. Like, this is what this sounds like. Like there is a harem type of deal.
He told this girl brother, it's like a text message with her brother out there saying something like that he promised to marry her when she turned 18. It's like, bro, you gonna marry her in 4 years? Like, God dog. Like, just think about that.
Bruh, it's so crazy. It's so crazy.
I don't know what's up with these dudes. And ain't no way you looking at a 12-year-old like that, bro. Ain't no way.
Yeah, and the fact that she was able to get up out of her house like that and just run
Yeah, she
away.
ran away. Yeah, she just ran away for him. She just ran away. And then they put out a missing person report last year in 2024. And then, she just never came back. She just was with him.
Cut up in a Tesla. Like somebody,
Oh
like
wait, so this happened last year?
she
No,
went
the
missing last
chopping
year.
up, they put out a missing person for her last year. And she just been gone.
Hmm.
15 just been gone. On tour with David at his house, all that kind of stuff. Just gone. And
Hmm.
Do
yeah.
you know what the last video was of her? Like the last pictures they had together, like when that
I
was?
put it up. I put it up. The last known picture. I put it up.
Last
They were
known
at a
picture.
show.
Yeah.
It was like late August. So she like just got chopped up because this show it's probably the last one on my page, dude. If you
Yeah. So yeah, so
probably
he
the last person on my
definitely
page.
knows what happened to this chick, bro. Like this ain't even a cold case.
It's the third. It's the Rihanna Moneybag Yo. Then it's that one. Yeah, like she's like up standing. She's like up. You know how somebody performing and it's a balcony. You know, like
Yeah.
what Birdman, the Birdman and Lil Wayne. Who threw that? And they look up there. Yeah, she was up there. She was up there just watching it with his brother. And they say that's like the last known
Public picture.
video, public video of her.
That's
You got it
crazy.
yet?
Yeah. He going to jail, bro.
Oh,
But yeah, man, but they gotta tie him to it. But I ain't gonna. But look, this how it is. If somebody was found chopped up in my car, and then it just was parked down the street, and then I had hella videos with this dude or this girl. Here you go, right here.
video from August 20. Fans dig up video from August 29th and notice Celeste Rivas on the balcony at David's show while he's performing. This had to be very close to the end.
And that's all right there. You saw the video? I mean, the arrow.
Yep.
Is that him up there with her, or
That's
is
his
No,
that
that's
her
brother.
him down there
performing?
performing.
Arkane said that's his brother up there. Or
Brother
somebody.
or manager, that's one of them up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Look how
that's
she
her, bro.
looking. That's wild that she's like 14 in that picture.
She should be 15 right there. But yeah, that make a big difference.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Look, man,
Bro,
I'll be honest
that's
with you guys. It is some crazy times. Like, I know that's like a common thing people say, like, man, these times are wild. Like, but nah, dude, I can only speak on the time that I'm born in. And right now, dude, it is some crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, this is gonna be huge. But with this type of thing, he got money. They say right now he had like a huge record deal. But
Hey, man, but look, he had to cancel that tour for a reason.
oh yeah, they said, all right, come on back. We'll
Yeah.
have to come get you.
I just can't believe he hadn't been arrested yet.
Nah, I mean, it's coming. Believe me.
He won't come out. He won't come out and speak either. He a little bitty dude too. They do like 5'3". I don't know, but we'll see. We will definitely be talking about this next week. Y'all want to make a bet?
You wanna like you think it'll be like new developments?
No,
Like
do
he'll
you
be
think he'll be
arrested or
locked
something?
up? You think he'll be locked up this time next week? Let's play some
Mm,
bet.
I think something will happen, yeah.
I say yeah.
I say I heard he was a little evil genius. Just off the fact that in that rumor that he was a genius, I think he put a lot more layers onto this than it was supposed to be. So I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I say yeah, just because we see from like Diddy to a range of other things that the internet moves law enforcement now
Oh, for
in
sure.
a way that I didn't know that they did.
Because I
Yeah.
mean, they just arrested Rampage Jackson's son for what he did to that wrestler, and
What happened? What happened with that? Side note.
I mean, that happened, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's still free walking around," and then boom, a couple weeks later, he got arrested. I mean, they got him on charges for aggravated assault. So
He just jumped in the ring and beat some dude up though. But
yeah,
didn't they tell him to do that or something?
but they told him to sell it like like a fight. But what he did was he was beating that dude till he was like unconscious, and then when he was unconscious, he put like this, bro. He hit him in the face 21 times. Yeah,
Yeah, we didn't ask you to do all that, buddy.
yeah. So it's like okay, clearly. And then Buddy was like out and had to go to the hospital. Like yeah, clearly he got to go.
He missing a little bit of something. I know some dudes like that. I remember it was this guy, I ain't gonna say his name. But remember I told him, hey, let's jump little A, but I was just playing. We in the house wrestling. I said, all right, we are gonna jump little A. And he started punching little A in the back for real. That's when I had to back up. I'm just playing. But he just couldn't realize we were just playing, but do a little throw it off.
I want to
Shouts
know the
out to
real.
that boy. I'm gonna tell you who he is. You know him well. But we're gonna
Yeah,
move
sometimes
on.
you can't play games with certain people because they just ain't and
They not mentally there enough.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, any final remarks on
And he
David?
going he going to
Because
jail. He
Yeah,
gonna
you
he
going
gonna
to
get
jail.
that he gonna get that ass whooping.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. I just don't think it's gonna be next week. But that's how they do. If they don't attack him and get him by next week, this is gonna be a fed case.
Don't
This
have
boy
idea.
coming in here looking like he in jail.
but okay, let me show y'all this clip. Let me show y'all this clip in regards to our next topic.
Kamala Harris's political career is over. I think you've seen the last of her with this book, politically. I'm quite sure she's a highly intelligent woman, very accomplished. She's a former state attorney general. She's a former senator. She's a former vice president of the United States, and obviously the Democratic nominee for the presidency of the United States in 2024. But this was the last straw. And I'm going to tell you why. Because although I'm certainly not an advocate of her diming out her boss and talking about whatever deficiencies he may have had, you could have said something, could have done something other than what you did. And I don't want to hear about 107 days and that's all you had. You know what 107 days gave you? It gave you the opportunity to take over the campaign and do it your way.
All right, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Stephen A. If they never did this stuff to her, she wouldn't have anything to say. We got what's the other guy's name? The dude that was the head of DNC Life. What's his name? Perry or something.
Oh,
Anyway,
jeez.
the guy who's the head of the DNC, the black guy, Democratic National Committee.
Jamie.
Yeah, you could just go find his name, but him. Yeah, he even came out and said, "Hey,
Jamie Harrison.
Jamie Harrison, hey, the Democratic Party, everybody thinks that we all so together, but we come out and we have great ideas. But if it don't come from these certain group of people that's around the president, then they don't want to hear it. And that's exactly why they got smacked. Democratic Party got smoked, and you know, Kamala Harris was trying to be the president, but meanwhile, the people who supposed to be going for her are going against her for whatever reason. So I mean, she basically is just coming out telling us why she lost, why the Democratic Party is in the state that it's in, and I think people respect the truth. I don't think it's the end of her career because I respect the truth. Oh, that's why these stories were coming out. That's why this stuff is coming out. It's because your own team was going against you. So whenever people come out and say, "Hey, Republicans are racist," Republicans are racist. Now, Democrats racist too now.
Clip it.
This ain't
Clip.
foul, huh?
That boy fouled out. Oh wow. Clip.
But yeah, what's y'all's prediction on Kamala's?
Look, I think
future?
she out of it, man. Because look at here.
Correct.
Come 2028, right? 2028. It's going to be a reckoning. It's going to be a reckoning, right? And it's going to be a hope that it's for a new president. And when that happens, the old guard's going to be gone completely. Like the Mitch McConnells, Lindsey Graham's, Bernie Sanders, Donald Trump's, Joe Biden's, all that's going to be. It's going to be a lot of young new blood coming in. And honestly, of that new blood, it's going to be some people who got to make decisions. You can assume that JD Vance is going to be in there somewhere. I just don't think he's the guy. And if he's the guy running from the Republican Party, they're in trouble. I'm just going to be that straight up. They're in trouble. They're in trouble. So it's going to be the new Democratic guy, right? It's going to be your Wes Moores, your Gavin Newsom's, the governor of Kentucky. I forget his name right now. It's going to be those guys that's coming in. And the party, but more important than that, is like what she was saying, what she's going to say in that book. It doesn't matter who is there if the party is here. The party has got to get here. And in 4 years, can they do it? We'll see. But they got to start standing for something, right? They got to start saying, look, this is what we're going to be. We're not going to be here. Because that's what's got us in this mess to begin with. We thought in 2008, when President Obama became president, that we were going to be here. Like we the new guard. All of that's done. No. 2016 showed you that there is a resistance and that the Republican Party can, put up a fight. The Republican Party issue is this right here. Because this isn't a one-sided thing. The Republican Party issue is we have been associated with President Trump for the last 12 years. And is he our identity? Because he has been their identity for the last 4. I mean, he's been for the last 8. So it's 2028 is going to be very, very interesting. People think this country is in a weird predicament now, or the country's going to go to civil. No. 2028 is going to be very interesting. And I actually want to see what Kamala has to say about it in that book. So, that's what you call it. Yeah, but that's my thoughts. No, I'm saying 2028 is going to be a decision 2028 is going to be bigger than any presidential race up until this point. And I say that because there's a schism in both parties. The Democratic Party schism is the far left. The Republican Party is the far right, but it also has another schism in it, and that it's very much tied to President Trump. They have aligned themselves in a way, right? What could you name me 4 other Republicans who you think like that? That's how bad it is. Is that he has maligned that party so way that when he leaves, what does it become? The Democratic Party is that it's all over the place. They need somebody to come in and collect it together, to collect all the pieces. The Republican Party is they have an identity crisis because they are not the Republican Party of 2012. They're not even the Republican Party of 2016 anymore. They've become a whole different organism. So that was what's going to be in 2028. It's going to be the battle of who can unite their party and steer the ship in the right direction. So that's why I think it's going to be interesting. I'm not calling it blue or red. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's got to be something because like this country is headed down a path that many people thought wasn't even a path anymore, but apparently it is. So
Yeah, I do agree with you. It's gonna be a really important race in 2028. Um, I don't. I have a really bad take that after Obama won twice, well, I told my brother that I didn't think Republicans would ever win again,
Nice, both
and
sides.
because they had such a breakdown, seems like when Obama was running, it seemed like the Democratic Party was at its peak. There was solidarity. Everybody knew that's the guy, that's the leader of our party. But it's like now it feels the opposite. Now it feels, and like Republicans were in disarray. Now it feels like Republicans have, kind of just came together around MAGA, and Democrats are in disarray. So,
Do
um,
we blame Joe
I'll
Biden
take.
for not running in 2016?
I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing. If Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it
Didn't he
is
run?
Joe's fault.
Huh?
Didn't he run? He
He
ran
came
in
he
twenty.
no, he came out when in 2020 when he ran. He came out and he said, you know what, knowing what I know now, I wish I would have took Barack advice and ran in 2016 if I'd have known what I know now.
Yeah, he was staunchly against running for president for a
Mm-hmm.
long time. But what I was gonna say is what it's gonna ultimately come down to is, can Democrats look in the mirror and say we were wrong? Because I'll tell you one thing about this new Democratic Party. They have a really bad habit of looking at somebody else and saying, you're stupid for not understanding my way. See what I'm saying? Like they have this mentality of, like, all right, good example that I heard one time. If you was walking down the street and you saw a dude with a bag on his head and he had two eye holes cut out of it, and you looked at him and said, dude, what the hell? And then if the dude said, yeah, man, I'm just having a wild day, you would laugh with that dude if he laughed about it or felt weird. Like he knows he's weird. He said, but with this new Democratic Party, you will see the dude with the bag on his head and you like, dude, what the? And then imagine that person saying, no, you're the one that's crazy because you don't have a bag on your head. you know, that's how it is now with the current
Dude,
Democratic
they
Party.
have
And
become like really aggressive too, like with that because the guy that was in the Parkland shooting, I think Phil Hogg or something like that, and he was really outspoken about the shooting. Anyway, the Democratic Party made him a member. DNC did, right? It made him like one of like a elevated member or what an appointed like one of the guys like, hey, this guy's a young upcoming guy that has some standing. Tell me why they wanted to kick this man out because he said, look, some of y'all been here way too long and y'all not really doing a whole lot. Y'all need to like take away some power, take a step back. And they looked at him and said, oh, we got to get rid of him. They gave this guy a position. And when he came in there and said, look, some of y'all been in this position and y'all really not doing anything to push the party forward, maybe y'all can take a step back and let the younger kids hop in. And they were like, we need to rescind his membership because ain't no way he come in there talking like that. Which I get both sides, but dude, like it's like, yeah, man, I don't know what's up with them. They need some leadership. They need somebody to come in there and say, this is what we doing. And
all right, question for you. If you were the head of the Democratic Party, I'm talking
yeah,
about you could control the ideology,
yeah.
what would you change to like make the party better?
Oh, we wouldn't definitely not be left. We wouldn't be far left. We would definitely be more centrist. We would be left leaning. We would be like the Demo- we would be like the Dem- we would be like the Democrats and like we'd be purple almost, dude. Like because purple don't exist no more. We would be purple. We would be like, look, guys, the social aspects, yes, but we can't be reaching so far because like the party has gone so far in one direction, it's become it's almost like a show, like almost like they just don't even like oh, we just gonna like default to doing this because of something. It's like, no, dude, we need to figure out what our we need to figure out what our main cogs are and stick to that. Our main cog isn't, and I might foul out here, isn't any type of gay rights, trans, like that's not our cog. That's not what got us here. That's not what got us minority votes. That's not what no. We can support that 100%. I'm an ally. Like, I believe in supporting it. But our main thing can't be that. That can't be the main thing, right? We got to understand that.
Yeah, and like abortion too. Like, yeah, like that can't, like that's what Kamala Harris was like making her whole campaign on, like abortion. Like, you can't make it on those things because the majority of people aren't those things and aren't worried about abortion. But go ahead.
Like,
On a day-to-day, especially.
on a day-to-day, like the party has to basically say, look, we need to be America first. And not America first in the way it's been switched before. I would suggest like they flip it. But we need to focus on how we can support Americans to grow socially, economically, all of that. I know that there's a huge election that's coming up at the end of the month in the state of New York for mayor of New York City, where they have this guy who is definitely far left in the economic landscape, but he has somehow commandeered these people that he is the man. Now, Zumandi is going to be a great social experiment because I don't think neither party likes what he represents. But I'm curious to see how he maneuvers it because just listening to his interviews and stuff like this, honestly speaking, if I did not know he was such a socialist, he sounds competent. Like he sounds like he don't, like when you hear him talk, he don't be coming in there like talking like crazy. Like he's like, yeah, I think we should do this. He's like, I feel this way. I feel like we got the money to do it. And so you might disagree like what he's saying, but he's at least presenting it in a way that is digestible. Like I can see him on screen and hear him talk. And you know, I'm just really interested. Gavin Newsom's another one. He is the governor of the most powerful state in the union. And I used to didn't even care for him. I really didn't even hear him talk. But I've heard him talk more recently. And whether you like him or not, he at least seems like he has some type of a backbone. He at least has some type of a voice. Because, dude, the Democratic Party is, like I said, dude, it is. I know people hate Gavin Newsom, but, dude, you should see the people behind him. Out of them top three I named, Newsom, the guy from Kentucky, Wes Moore from Maryland, dude, it's bad. I mean, it's bad.
Like we need a star. We need a star.
Yeah, for sure.
Jasmine Crockett said, hey, look, what got Trump in, the same thing got Obama in. He excites people beyond politics. People who not even into politics are interested in hearing what these two got to say. So that's what you need. You need a character that goes beyond politics to get those people involved.
Mark it down, dude. If Zumandi becomes mayor of New York, I guarantee you in 2028, he will be a presidential candidate. Like, he can't even run for president right now because he's 33. In 2028.
Because he's not from America.
Right. But what I'm saying is, I guess he can't run then if he's not you got to be natural born citizen, right, to run for president. Yeah. Well, I'll put it like this then. Zumandi winning in New York, it's going to be big. If he wins, like, it's going to be big.
Well, I want to push back on what Arkeem just said because I feel like 90% of presidential races, there hasn't been a star like that. You know, like there wasn't an Obama, like the last Obama was probably a Roosevelt or a Kennedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Jimmy.
You know how many votes Bill Clinton got? Bill Clinton got more votes than any president ever.
Did he excite the masses the same way Obama did?
Yeah, he did. Arkeem, right? Because he was young.
Okay.
He was like,
okay. Well, let's say that only happens once every couple presidential races.
Yeah.
I don't think you need a star every time because that's not what Jimmy Carter was. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Ronald Reagan was that.
He
You
was
know what I'm saying?
Ronald Reagan was another one. See,
Yeah.
a lot, maybe not every time, but those people who get all those large amount of votes, like Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton, Obama, Donald Trump, people like that, those people
Hmm.
is gonna be that charismatic person who gets people outside of politics involved. Remember,
Yeah.
like I told you, the guy who just said, "I just want to get drunk this weekend." Obama got him involved in politics. He hated Obama with all his heart, but Obama made him feel like he needed to say something when his name came up. So that's both sides, just a polarizing
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you do to change the Democratic Party if you could? Okay.
You want to keep this podcast? All right, I'll give you the shell version. First thing we'll do, like he said, we'll go purple, and we really like the Democratic Party is way over here. We got a short screen. I'm gonna bring it over here and snatch some of the Republicans over, right? See, because right now it's like where women's rights. Okay, well that's only half the country, and then half of them voting with their husband. We're going over there. That's 25% of the country, and then some of those people not even voting and can't vote. So you got about 10, 15% of the country doing that women's rights stuff. Then the abortion stuff. That's probably like 2%. Because I mean, people want abortions, but then whenever a Republican says something about abortions, they always bring up these wild anomaly type situations on why abortion is needed. Right? That's not happening to everybody. Right? So that with it not happening to everybody, you can't build your platform on it. you know? So, they'd say if a girl gets raped, well, first of all, I don't know who's been raped and who hasn't. Because first of all, they never gonna tell you, you know? And, it's gonna be hard to get a bunch of them to rally up behind you. They'll be for you in silence. So I'm not speaking against those people who've been abused. I'm not speaking against people who are, you know, who have been disenfranchised and hurt or whatever. But I'm just speaking on trying to win a political race. One thing we got to do is we got to go back and get those hard-working Americans. We got to make those Americans feel like we for them. Because it's guys right now who are listening to Republican rhetoric, even though that their taxes will be chopped even more, even though that the Republican is not really for their income level, they're going to vote for them because they give them rhetoric and give them propaganda like they really for them. We need to speak to those guys again. Because right now in America, that guy who's driving a truck, making the average wage of an American 50, 60,000, he's not voting for a Democrat.
Yeah, because he don't. Yeah, I agree because he don't feel like he being spoken to. What
Exactly.
I would do personally, what I would do is I would get the top 10 concerns of American citizens and just make that the platform. People
Well, the
care
quality,
about.
yes, you got to speak on quality of life. Everything is going up. All
Yeah,
of
I would just take
everything,
the
every
top 10
yes.
concerns. This is our new platform. And if Republicans are saying 90% of the same thing, well, you just gonna have to, it's gonna be a man fight then. They gotta vote for the man. If we got the same platform, I want prices to go down. I want this. I want that. We saying the same things
Yeah.
basically. Then
But
you're
what
gonna have to
happened to
vote
the
for the
old
man.
Democrat? Old Democrat is, yeah, you may get charged an extra 2%, but we gonna have you on the health care. You will be well taken care of. The roads will be well taken care of. Social work will be well taken care of. That's the old platform of the Democratic Party. We're gonna take care of y'all. But see, when you take extra out of people's taxes and they still gotta pay more and gas and groceries and things like that, you know, that's when they turn their back on you and say, well, let me keep my 2 to 5% then, man, because I'm still being overcharged. I'm still being price gouged by the large companies, because most of them is just bought up by lobbyists anyway. So
Thanks.
bring it back. Obama platform, when I read his book, and I got it saved, he said most Americans don't want to be, vastly rich. They don't want 10 cars in the driveway. They just want to work and make a livable wage and know that they can take care of their family after doing that hard day's work. He said they don't want to think that they're going to go broke if they get injured. They don't want to have to spend up their whole check at the grocery store and be able to send their kids on field trips. That makes most of Americans happy. And if you can give them that, then they'll love you forever. And that's the platform he came out on. You know, a lot of these folks, they ain't got dreams of touching the sky, 100 mil and stuff like that. You know, they just don't want to be on hell's end all the time. And that's what I would bring my platform back. That's what I would do for the Democratic Party. Because what he say, all that brunch in Brooklyn and stuff like that, man, you got to cut that out. And, you know, you're going to have to smash some of them Democratic heads up there, too. Some of them big dogs, you have to crush them. For that next Democratic candidate, your biggest adversary is going to be a Democrat. It ain't going to be a Republican. Okay, so we're going to put the gun in your hand, Antonio, and we want to see you kill your partner.
For sure. Any final remarks on that? Willie, got anything else?
No, you hit on the head. Like I said, I think it's going to be interesting. Right now, I'm just looking and, you know, I just think we're going to find out how interesting it's going to be November 4th in New York. If that happens.
You can't wait for that. You can't wait for that.
Dude, I really can't.
Zama Mondi gonna win, bro. Zama Mondi is gonna win, all right?
Yeah.
He gonna win. He gonna win, but guess what? I'm saying this right here live on the pod. He not gonna. What is his main five? What he got 5 main?
I'm reading. While you was talking, I was reading his 10. They're asking him 10 questions, like what he planned to do.
So it's the grocery store. It's the free buses. What else is it?
He's trying to. So what he's trying to do is trying to make the city more affordable for people to live in it by raising taxes on those people that make $1 million or more. He's trying to, because he thinks the city's unlivable, which it probably is unlivable right now. But he's trying to make the housing. His biggest thing is the housing. Like all the other stuff is just like kind of like sprinkled in there. That's like as an effect. But his housing.
Let's not. No. But he's saying it. So you can't speak for the man. We're going off what he's saying. Do you think he'll get any of those done? Actually,
I think so.
Because you know he's not getting all of them done.
No. I think he can make. I think the most reasonable ones is to have the city, because that's the issue that's like supported across the whole board, Republican, Democrat, is that the city is unlivable. So I think if he raises it, he don't have to raise the taxes, right? But if he raises the taxes on the rich, some businesses might leave, some rich people might leave. But if it makes it so it's more affordable in the city of New York, I think he can do that. I think he can do the free buses. I don't think that's going to be crazy. But I do think this, Arkeem, I think you bring up a good point. Everything that he said in his campaign, he ain't going to be able to do. It's going to have to be a happy medium. But I do think the city needs a fresh start, and I think he is that fresh start. And the only reason I say that, dude, is because if you look at the candidates who are running against him, nobody is. It's like the perfect storm. Like this didn't happen because of this some crazy thing. He literally running at the perfect time. The worst candidates possible are running against him. Right? You got what's his name? Cuomo. He lost his job as governor for sexual assault allegations. And then everybody hate Eric Adams. So there you go.
Why they hate Eric Adams?
The corruption stuff, man.
I'll tell you why. Well, he didn't do nothing, but okay.
Okay. They just made up some junk, huh? Them folks has got in the Rikers prison just cuz, huh? ICE ain't never been to Rikers, and then all of a sudden, the day he meet with Trump, the next day they're at Rikers.
He's trying to get out of jail, man. Hey, you know what they say? When his back against the wall, Don't tell you anything.
That's gonna be.
A man back against the wall. He gonna tell you some shit.
Yeah, man. I definitely think that I will say this though too. I think Zumandi's like Trump, and this is why the Democrats did not want him to win. They did not. But the more it gets closer to November 4th for them, they kind of just like even Bernie Sanders is campaigning with him, which over there Bernie Sanders is like super popular anyway in that whole northeastern region. It's like they come into terms. They basically they come to terms for Trump, right? They didn't want him to be president in 2016. They had all these other boys running, but now they're just sitting here like, well, you know what? We ball. Let's see what happens. Support him. We ain't finna support Cuomo. We ain't finna support Eric Adams.
No, the reason he most like Trump is because he just telling people what they want to hear.
That could be too. The only difference he got over with Trump is he has not been given an opportunity to either show that he is telling a lie or that he is actually legit.
And that's what I was about to say earlier when you mentioned Gavin Newsom. The difference between him and Gavin Newsom, if they could both run for president, is Gavin Newsom got proof that, I say some stuff and then it actually happened,
Breaking news, folks. Former FBI Director James Comey is expected to be indicted in the coming days. 3 sources familiar tell MSNBC former FBI Director James Comey is expected to be indicted in the next coming days.
Interesting.
And then his daughter was the one just tried to indict Diddy and lost and got fired.
Okay. I don't really know the context, so
yeah,
hard to say. Well, yeah, let's move on to this final topic. A friendly game of Would You Rather. This one was brought in by Trio Will. Would you rather marry a girl that checks every box professionally or the girl that you just get along with in a really good way? Willie, I'll let you take this one off.
All right. So, all the men out there, it's an interesting question to me because you got to go home, right, boys? Like profession aside, I'm a traditionalist in a lot of aspects, and I'm pretty progressive too. But one of the ones that I'm very traditional with, and this isn't to be a slight to the women out there, but I think that I see the man as a provider. I think men claim that, and that's like men don't get a lot to claim in life. But one of those is like we take care of our family. Whether you like it or love it, that's traditionally the man's position. It's like, I'm going to take care of the family. And, it has evolved throughout time. But that's still, to me, I think is a big deal to take care of your family. So when it comes to like a woman who is like really on her stuff, really like she's moved up a lot professionally, she's on top of it, that's attractive. But we got to be able to have a conversation. Right. And that's where I think, and I'm not speaking for women, but I do think at times when women get to a certain point and they're viewing you and they're talking, a lot of times it ain't here. It's a lot of times it's like here. And the Bible is really big on being equally yoked. And then then you can also find a woman who, let's say she don't have the most prestigious job as it is, but y'all get along. Like you literally can enjoy a conversation. You're each giving and sharing, and it's a very happy home. And it's like, am I going to cherish the happiness of my home with this woman over the fact that she might not be the stalwart politically, economically, whatever, versus a relationship where this woman's on top of it? And a lot of times I feel like her drive for success and my drive to be the provider or the head of the household clash. And I don't know who all would admit that, but I do think that's a thing that happens at times. That a woman who's so used to being dominant and I'm not even looking at it as a negative thing, but I do think it's a thing, right? That when a man comes in, he's like, "Hey, honey, I'm gonna be, a dominant man in this house." It's like, whoa. And so I don't know. I found that very interesting, and I don't know, dude. I like to go with the flow, and so I would definitely probably say a girl who's my friend. Uh, I really wouldn't care about her profession if she's a joy to be around. Because like when you get married, them people do they ain't for be. Hopefully, you ain't finna marry somebody for like a couple of months or a year, or a couple of years. You want something that can grow. And if we stayed at just button heads at the top, I don't know how that can grow. That's just my take on it. I try to keep it as like
So
balanced.
that is not what you told me yesterday when I was talking to you on the phone. This man
That was a different conversation, Arcane. That was a different conversation. That was not about a girl that you like and professionalism. That had something to do with some other factors as well. Yep.
Can somebody reiterate the question for me?
Would you rather marry a girl that checks every box professionally or the girl that you just get along with great?
I say get along with great probably because I don't need nobody else's bread to help me. I'm already breaded like a chicken tender myself. So I don't really need, you just have to get along with me because if you do that and go on with a girl who is, for financial stability, y'all not compatible, the divorce rate's so high, you probably gonna end up having to give her bread anyway. Right?
I ain't giving mine up. And I'm gonna let you figure that out.
But the court gonna say you gotta give it up, dude.
Yeah, the court can say a lot.
But the
There's a
court
lot of
gonna
stuff. It's a lot of stuff that happens outside of court.
But she got money
Um,
too.
I, I'm not following, fam.
She got money.
She got money too though. So like you picked her because she was for finances or whatever. Because she was a career woman. Now she got bread too. Y'all got $2 million in the bank. They want to split that in half, even if you put more in.
What kind of skin she got?
Why that matter?
I'm not.
Is it regular human skin?
Yeah,
It ain't like metal or bulletproof, right?
nah.
Oh, okay.
But how you gonna go back and forth and be like, this mine and this is yours?
It's hard to argue when ain't nobody there.
All right, David.
Nah, I'm kidding.
All right. Romantic suicide, romantic homicide, whatever.
Oh gosh. No, I'll get back to your point. You saying you rather? Yeah, I agree with you. Get back to your point, but I agree with you on that
Yeah,
whole
you
point.
just gotta think about it from the long run, unless you just gonna be, and a lot of them career women, they kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They could be, they could be kind of like Taraji P Henson on the very first movie of Think Like a Man. Like,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I'll have to leave her where she at. Yeah, she'll get left where she at like that.
Yeah, man.
I
I
just
don't
don't
Yeah,
know.
know.
I've actually never experienced that before. Like a snappy, like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I ain't never really just met a girl who was that way.
Oh, they out there. Mm-hmm.
And they a total wreck to be around too.
Yeah. You walk up to them and the first thing they saying is, "Look, I know. I ain't gonna try."
Wait. If the first thing y'all they telling you what they ain't gonna do, Red flag.
Yeah. First,
Yeah, I think I remember. I asked my I sent out like 3 text messages to 3 men that I really respect. You know, these guys are like in their 60s, well, they was in their 60s at the time, they 70s now. And I said, is it better to date a 10, but y'all compatibility is like a 5, or is it better to date a girl that's like a 8, but y'all compatibility is a 10? And one of them responded back and said, 8 out of 10 ain't bad.
That was that same picture. That was that same day. I sent a picture of like Jada Waiter and Ari Fletcher to Uncle Ricky in the group. Uncle Ricky called and said, "What's on your mind, boy?"
yeah.
I like, hey, which one of them look better? Oh my God. He called and said, "Hey, what's on your mind?"
Fun times, fun times. But yeah, man. But based on what all them said, compatibility is top notch, man. That's from what they say, that's the way to go,
Yeah.
son. But yeah, man. Any final remarks?
Yeah, let's do a sports hit.
All right. Do y'all think it's the end of Russell Wilson's career?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's over for us. Oh yeah, buddy. It's over.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
He gonna start playing flag football.
Nah, something gonna happen in his favor. Something will
Retirement.
happen in his favor. Nah.
What? You know, sometimes when somebody says, "Look, you done enough," that can be somebody looking out for you. That can be working out in your favor. Look, Russell Wilson has fought the fight. He's ran his race. He's done a 10-year, 11-year NFL career. He has had a Super Bowl. He has done multiple deep playoff runs. He has had children with Sierra. He's been married. He's been divorced. He's had children. He's adopted a child. He has done it all.
He won.
He won. So sometimes it's so like we were talking about today with
He
my
won.
coworker. Sometimes it's okay to go home with your head held high
And your back straight.
and your back straight.
Yeah, he won. You remember that time Cat Williams was talking about that blind dude playing football? He said, "Why he even out there? He can't win." Russ won, bro.
Russ won, man. Hey, look, bro. Let's clap it up for Russ, man. Because no matter what happens, he won. And I mean that sincerely. Like, look, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all might not know this. I have been a Russell Wilson fan since he was at North Carolina State, before he even transferred to Wisconsin to get drafted by Seattle, to do all the things he did. Because I saw him as somebody like, dude, that's the guy. Like, no off the field issues, positivity. He just so happened to climb the mountaintop really early, right? 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 win. I mean, Aaron Rodgers ain't even done that, right? He's got that 1 Super Bowl appearance. So I'm just sitting here thinking, like, bro, if Russ don't go nowhere else, he didn't won. And look, man, we all know when it's game time. Russ left Seattle, and the clock was ticking. He went to Pittsburgh. We thought it was going to be something. It wasn't. Now he at the Giants, bro. He had one of the most podunk teams in the league. And so I say to Russ, man,
He didn't got benched.
he didn't got benched. I say, look, bro. Throw it up, Anthony. Throw it up, bro.
No, I'm not throwing it up. I'm not throwing it up. He will get another starting role.
Oh yeah, he can definitely start right now if he go to the Saints. If he go to the next worst team.
Hey man, a wise man once told me, all you need is one yes.
He go to the Saints, he can start tomorrow. He ain't even got to be at the first practice. He can just walk out on the field, just running his own plays. Because the Saints,
Every no just fades into oblivion when you get that one yes.
dude, I'm telling you, his yes is in New Orleans, Louisiana, because they is cooked.
Maybe it is.
Now, is he gonna get down there? That's the thing.
I just wish I had a went to see him play.
Oh, you can.
That's my own thing.
You can see him warm up.
If he gets another starting position, I'm going to a game ASAP.
You better fly to New York, unless you like arena football. They play that on the inside. Hey, you said you went. You and our king said y'all went to Toronto, right? He can play for the Argonauts. Hey, that'd be clean to get you a Russell Wilson Argonauts jersey.
I got a couple of Russell jerseys.
I'm just saying, if you want to see him play, you should go to New York because they warm up before the games start. I mean,
I don't think so.
I think this right.
I think it's
if Jackson Dart come out there and look competent, because he about to play the Eagles, I think. If he look halfway of a human against the Eagles,
yeah, I think he could be terrible and they keep him out there.
Yeah, I mean, but let's be real though, for real, like dead ass. Russell was never meant to see the end of this season. He was a stopgap at best.
He's still clearly better than a lot of quarterbacks in the league, but it's just like will the
You must. I mean, you must call him be real.
He in the Cam Newton part of his. He's the Cam Newton part of his career, bro.
Nah, bro, I could name a lot of quarterbacks he's better than him.
Name 5.
That's what Cam said.
Dak Prescott, whoever is the quarterback for the Browns, like that. Whoever is the quarterback.
Hey, bro, you can say what you want to say about Joe Flacco, but he got one on the board this weekend.
It don't matter. He better than Joe Flacco. Come on, dog. He better than he better than what's the old boy's name that played for the Rams?
Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, he better than Stafford.
Wait.
He's better than
It don't matter if you're better than him. Wait a minute.
Who the over the Seahawks? Geno Smith?
Sam Darnold?
Yeah, he better than Sam Darnold too. Who's the quarterback for the Raiders?
Geno Smith?
Better than him too. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's better than a lot of quarterbacks.
Right, so it's the same situation that it was with Cam Newton. It's yes, you can say you're better than these people, and you can make an argument. But are you so?
But will the owner take the chance?
But are you so much better than these guys that they'll drop them and that they'll make a difference? You know, if your overall is a 65 and this guy's overall is a 63, it ain't gonna make that much more of a difference if you there than him. And that is what drives players to go.
My question is this.
Other players. Nigga, let me finish talking.
Go.
That is what drives organizations to go get other players. I don't think Russ is vastly better than any one of those guys you just named. And he's not so much better than any one of those guys that it will make an impact on the team. That's why they don't care.
Is he better than the guy that replaced him, Bo Nix? Because the Broncos didn't go shit with him. And they made
he way better.
How they make
He
it to the
wasn't better than
playoffs
Bo
with Bo
Nix.
Nix?
They had a way
The
better
team got better.
way better team. Bo
And
Nix
if you
is
look at
quarterback.
and if you look at
How'd they get better? Who they had?
and if you look at Russ's last season there, they had a good run towards the end of his last season.
So my question is this right here. This is Russ' third team now in like 3-4 years. How many people you know switch up jobs like that because they just clearly getting rawed? I'm not saying he not. I'm just saying this is his third team in like the last 5 years.
I'm agreeing with both of y'all on some things, but both of y'all going too far. Look, Bo Nix, he better than Bo Nix. Dude, Bo Nix ain't gonna even be a quarterback in 5 years, bro.
Bo Nix was a Pro Bowler last year. I'm talking about, dude. I'm talking about Russell Wilson right now. I ain't talking about Russell Wilson 5 years ago. I'm talking about right now.
Is he better than Kyler Murray?
Right now, no. Dude, that last game, he was absolute dog water. So I need to, like, honestly.
But dude, the game before last, he threw 450 yards though.
He did. And then the game before that, he was. But see, the game before that, he was ass too.
Russ is not no top quarterback. All these dudes y'all talking about ain't no top quarterback. And if you trying to tell me Bo Nix, I guarantee you on our fantasy right now, Bo Nix is not picked up by anybody. I guarantee you nobody has Bo Nix on their team.
This is what I'm.
Just like nobody has Russell Wilson. Nobody's gonna have Geno. Nobody. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. And then you finna go try to pick him up, knowing damn well you don't play fantasy.
No, what I'm saying is, it ain't about, like, I'm looking at Bo Nix right now and Russell Wilson. I'm only grading them on right now because he getting benched off what he did right now. It's his first year with the team. He ain't getting benched off what he did last year with him. He wasn't there last year. I'm just saying right now, he pooping the bed a little bit. Like, Bo Nix ain't great, right? But like you said, if Bo Nix is 65 and Russ is 62, 63, it's like you splitting hairs. The only difference is Bo Nix has a chance to get better, and that you think that Russ is probably going to get worse since he's at the end of his career.
Okay, Roshan does have Bo Nix.
Okay. Like, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. They stats ain't that much different. Bo Nix got 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Russell got 3 interceptions, 3 touchdowns. It's just that he, outside of that game against Dallas, his other 2 have been absolute dog water.
Okay, we got it.
But yeah, we got it. Any other sports takes?
Has Pat fell off? Is Pat seeing a slump?
That whole team then fell off. It ain't just Pat. The whole team then fell off. They a shell of what they used to be because they older.
Going to the championship this year?
No.
Dude, Pat is like 27 years old.
I'm not. It's not about Pat. Look at Travis Kelce. Do he look the same? Hell no.
That's the only dude.
Huh?
That's the only dude who's aged.
No, I'm saying, but look, okay, who the top receiver on that team right now?
Probably Worthy.
And he out for like 3 months.
He questionable on my fantasy right now. He on my team.
You think he gonna dude, don't play questionable with that because Christian McCaffrey was questionable my whole year last year. He didn't come back till week 11. And he was questionable. They're like every week they said, "Oh, he gonna play," didn't play. "Oh, he gonna play," didn't play.
Well, I mean, I definitely won't say that Pat fell off. I think. I feel the exact same way that I do about Russ that I do about the Chiefs. It's 3 games. Like, it's too soon to be trying to make grand declarations about a season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm going by how they looking. Now, we look pretty good against the Eagles until Travis Kelce hot potato the ball into the guy's hand for a pick and 80 yards. Yeah.
They got a tough division too, dude, because you got the Chargers who are undefeated that already beat the Chiefs, so they already got a division game up. and then you got the Broncos. I'm just saying, and they play the Chiefs got a pretty tough schedule because they play the Ravens this week. So, I mean, they're gonna have to get with it. But hear me out, dude. Nobody is this dominant. They play in 3 Super Bowls back to back. It's gonna be a fall off at some point. Not like they didn't fell off completely, but you can't expect them to just be, oh, we pushing out back to back to back to back Super Bowl. Like nobody's doing that for real, right? So
Yeah, I mean, we beat the Ravens. The Ravens is just a team that we know how to beat. Lamar is just not it.
but yeah, they got a tough schedule. I don't think they're as good. I think they're still good. They're in a tougher division. The division's a lot tougher now that the Chargers are actually competent. Quentin Johnson decided to catch a football all of a sudden. It's become ridiculous. But yeah, I think the Chiefs. I think the jury is still out on the Chiefs. I don't think the jury is still out on Russell Wilson. Sorry.
Okay. Well, we will see in the coming weeks.
It's over. He ain't seeing that field again. It's over.
He will see the field again. He gonna get another starting role. We gonna run this back up.
Dude, I agree with you. His agent needs to be on the phone with the New Orleans Saints right now. Because they might as well have me, you, and Arkeem playing quarterback the way they look.
You all making a killing on Russ.
Chill out.
God damn.
Hey, man.
Russ, every time he miss a pass, he moving.
He's still a top 12 quarterback, I think. Willie, why you looking like
bro? Why you say 12? Just say he doing his best. I'm telling you, dude. I think the Saints should push for him because they are that bad. It makes sense for him moving back closer to home, like Arkeem said. He gonna have to get in that U-Haul one more again. But yeah, he is turning into Rajon Rondo, low key. You know how Rondo was with the Celtics, and then he was with every other team in the league in like 5 years.
Okay, there. Okay, Willie. What is he a top quarterback? I say top 12. What did you say?
Hey, how many teams is it in the league, Arkeem?
32.
Yeah, he top 32.
Okay, so you said he's better than every backup, at least then.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
I mean, I think it gets arguable once it gets so low. I think he's in that arguable, if you say number 32 through 22.
Yeah.
Right now. He could easily be 22. He could easily be 28, but he's not 32.
Nah, he ain't that. I think he definitely in that 25 to 32 range. On his best day, 25.
22?
Yeah, 22.
Can't catch Gucci, you gonna catch Coach.
Bro, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's a reason he on the Giants, bro.
He on the Giants for that 10 mil.
Yeah, but I think he need to change his scenery. I think he need to change the scenery. I think he need to go to the Saints. I think the Giants are not.
So you don't think he better than Caleb Williams?
Caleb got one on the skull, bro. I'm sorry. And the Bears booty. The Bears and the Giants would be a great game, but
it's just like this. Every time you see Russ, 10 yards away from the touchdown. See the ball, don't see no receiver. He just throw the ball.
Hey, Anthony, can you pull up a picture real quick?
Sure.
Type in Melvin Gordon, Russell Wilson. And just put that picture up in the chat. share your screen. I want to see that picture. All right, Ken, I want you to look at this picture because Anthony see it.
All right, let me share.
This is Russell's issue.
Hold on.
Well, I want America to see this picture. This is never a good sign in your office life, in your wife, your marriage. If somebody looking at you like this, if this picture come up, you know it's time to make a decision.
Bro, what is this?
I don't know if you can zoom in, but you see how Melvin Gordon,
bro.
If you can just pull a Google, it's a meme, I'm pretty sure. But if somebody looking at you the way that Melvin Gordon looking at Russ in that picture, that man Russ is enjoying him some water. And Melvin Gordon looking at him like, oh my gosh. I think he had just threw an interception and Melvin Gordon was wide open. He just came back to the sideline. He just looking at him like.
I just texted to you.
I got it. Hold on. Here it is.
Yeah, somebody ever looking at you like that?
That man, your time has come.
That man, your time has come up.
LeBron was looking at D Wade, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or like how Birdman was looking at Wayne when he was looking down.
Who threw that?
He threw that.
Yeah. But okay, man. Appreciate y'all for joining the pod. This was a good one. Thank you all for joining and watching. We got 5 fouls, and we about to foul out. Peace.
Peace.
I ain't he leave.
I think he left.